You're 19, and you go to a state school that costs more than your parents make in a year. Financial aid covers tuition. It doesn't cover anything else. You share a dorm room the size of a parking space with a kid from Connecticut who has a credit card with no limit and a fake ID that gets him into every bar on College Avenue. You have neither. You work the closing shift at the campus dining hall 4 nights a week, making $9.50 an hour. You scrape dried pasta off trays. You mop floors that smell like bleach and regret. You go back to your room at midnight while everyone else is out. You hear them through the walls. You hear the pre-gaming and the laughing and the leaving. You stay and you study and you tell yourself this is the smart path. The smart path smells like industrial cleaner and pays $9.50 an hour. You're a graphic design major. You're good at it. Not hobby good. Actually good. You can match fonts by eye. You can color correct a photo in 30 seconds. You understand layers and masks and vector tracing the way most people understand breathing. Your professors say you have a future. The future costs money you don't have. Your roommate Kyle loses his fake ID at a bar on a Thursday. He's upset about it for 45 minutes. Then he asks if you can make him a new one. He's joking. You laugh. He shows you the photo of his old one on his phone. You look at it the way a mechanic looks at an engine. You see the layers. You see the font. You see the microprint around the border. You see a document that was designed by a graphic designer, and you are a graphic designer. Kyle goes to bed. You don't. You open Photoshop at 1 in the morning. You find a template online. The template is garbage. Wrong font. Wrong spacing. Wrong color on the header. You fix it. You fix all of it. By 4 a.m., you have a template that matches a real ID better than the one Kyle lost. You print it on Teslan paper with the inkjet printer you bought for your design classes. You cut it. You laminate it with a butterfly pouch. You hold it up to Kyle's real driver's license from his home state. It's not perfect, but it's close. It's close enough to fool a bouncer checking IDs at 11 p.m. in a dark bar. Kyle takes it out that Friday. It works. He buys you a beer with it. Your first payment. 1 beer. He tells 3 people. Those 3 people tell 3 more. By the following Monday, you have 11 requests sitting in your DMs. $80 each. That's $8.80. You make $9.50 an hour at the dining hall. $8.80 is 92 hours of scraping pasta off trays. You say yes to all 11. You buy more Teslan paper. You buy a better laminator. You spend $400 on supplies and make $8.80 in your first week. Net profit $4.80. From your dorm room. In your boxers. While Kyle watches Netflix 3 feet away. The dining hall shift starts to feel stupid. You keep going because the dining hall is your cover, and your cover is what keeps you invisible. Invisible is important when you're committing a felony in a building owned by the state. Level 2. The operation. By month 2, you've made 43 IDs. You charge $80 each and $110 for a duplicate. Duplicates are smart because the customer loses the first one at a bar and needs a backup. Most people buy the duplicate. You've made just over $4,000. You keep the cash in a shoebox in your closet. The shoebox sits behind your textbooks. Design textbooks in front. Federal crime behind. You get better. You buy a dye sublimation printer for $320. The quality jumps. Teslan paper was fine for dark bars. Dye sub on PVC cardstock is fine for everywhere. The colors are richer. The edges are cleaner. The cards feel right in your hand. They feel like real IDs because the material is the same material real IDs are made from. The holograms are the hard part. Every state ID has a holographic overlay. It's the one thing bouncers actually check. You find a supplier on a forum. He ships holographic overlays from a warehouse in Shenzhen. 28 cents per overlay if you buy 500. You buy 500. They arrive in a plain brown box 3 weeks later. You apply them with a heat press you bought from a craft store. The holograms shift in the light the same way real ones do. Not identical, but close enough that a 23-year-old bouncer making $14 an hour isn't going to catch it. You specialize